Hello, young man. How you doing? Look, my name is Kenny Boy, and I'm quite sure all of y'all know me. But I wanted to talk. I'm first of all, welcome to Verse of the Day TV. And if you want to know what Verse of the Day is all about, just go to www.verseoftheday, all in one word, verse of the day dot ning.com, and go to the social site. We all about spiritual uplifting, positiveness. That's the only energy that we like to receive. We don't like to sit back and dwell on things in the past, stuff that went on, that's happening. That ain't what's happening. But what I'm here to talk to you about is, you know, to appeal to the peoples about is, this is this is all about uplifting. We got to uplift one another. It's sad that when we can harbor all these feelings towards some bad feelings towards other folk, and that don't do nothing but tear us up. That don't do nothing but break our body down, kick off the acid in our stomach, cause also. I'm a living testimony of it. When I was in prison, I held so much anger in me that I almost died. I'm telling you, they had to run me out of there and cut me open like a can of sardines because I was sitting up there angry all the time. Didn't want to eat. Acid kicked off in my stomach. Ate a hole in my stomach. So it don't pay to sit and hold things against people. And you act like y'all. We get mad sometimes. Act like people folk owe us something. Folk don't owe us nothing. What we need to do, we need to be focusing on God. We need to be focusing on the promises of God. That's what we need to be focusing on because that's the one that's gonna save you. It's God. Man can't save you. And I want to let you know that we doing God's agenda. It's important that we do God's agenda, not man's agenda. You know, it's all about trying to get you to realize that we don't we don't have to depend on nobody but God. When you get to the point where you totally depend on God, He will provide for you. He will make a way for you. I'm a living testimony. I did 19 years in prison. You might well say 2 decades. All because I wanted to act like some of these young folk out here, you know, shoot somebody. You think that make you a man? That don't make you no man. What you gonna do is you the one gonna be accountable for your actions, and you the one gonna pay the price. So trying to impress peoples and got that pride in you, you know, you ain't gonna do nothing but hurt yourself. You know, they got a place for you. They got a prison for you. Modern day slavery. Back then, our folk, they was enslaved. But now here it is now. You young people out here just killing folk like it ain't nothing. Some of you old folks doing it too. Y'all out there killing folks like it ain't nothing. Like y'all like this hunting season or something. They got a place for you. I'm a living witness. I'm letting you know. They got a place for you. They're gonna get $46,000 a year off your head. Prison life has become a big business where they got the rappers and investing in it. You know, it's $46,000 a year for your head. You ain't nothing but commodity walking around here. And you don't even know that you commodity. Why is you out there doing all this crime? Running around with your pants sagging, think you a thug. Hey, you bought off into that Tupac life, thug life. Hey man, sad. Where he at right now? Sad to say. Because if you going to follow him, then you going right to your grave. Because that's where he at. You know, not, brother, rest in peace. You know, but hey, that was all the thing just to make some money. See, you got to distinguish between entertainment and reality, young folk. You got to put the guns down because it ain't going to do nothing but get your time in prison. And when you get in there, you're going to wish like crazy that you had your freedom back. I've been through it. Many nights I woke up. swamped in paper, trying to fight the courts, trying to get back, trying to gain my freedom back. And look, 19 years come up on me. Still couldn't get out. I couldn't get out until 19 years after. You know, when I was seen a parole board, by that time I had dug a hole for myself while I was in prison. So you young folk, y'all need to listen to me. I am a living testimony. There's nothing in doing crime but hell. A living hell. You either going to the graveyard or you either heading to the penitentiary. And I'm telling you, I'm speaking from experience. That's the good thing about it, is I'm speaking from experience. Now, I think about this off and on, that what if I hadn't have been to prison? Will I be sitting in front of this camera telling you about the 2 books that I wrote? First book was birthed in prison, called Know Thyself Psychologically. Second book I wrote since I've been out. Will I be out here doing the work in the community as God instructed me to do? Will I understand God? If God hadn't visited me, I wouldn't be who I am today. So young folk, you need to realize that, hey, you know, you don't have to go through what I went through to get to where you want to go in life. And definitely out here doing all this crime, it's not going to get you nowhere. Like I said, it ain't going to get you nowhere but to the graveyard. And I appeal to you young folks, and I'm begging you young folks, and I'm speaking from experience. Can't nobody tell you better than the one that's been there. Put the guns down. Stop the violence, stop the killing, because ain't nobody benefiting but the graveyard, the folk that got the funeral homes, the graveyards. These are the folks that's benefiting, and the people that got the prison system. These are the folks that's benefiting. Get your decent education, young man and women. Get you an education. Develop your mind. That's all you got to do. Develop your mind. You'd be surprised that when you start developing your mind and you got that spirit at work and that small, still voice guiding you through life, you'd be surprised where it take you. You could be a scientist or inventor or somebody that can be useful to some child that need mentoring. You know, mentoring a child, bringing them up as a baby, and you got to watch what you do around them, watch what you say around, because our children are affected by what they see us do. So let's stop this violence. Let's put down these guns. Let's pull our pants up. Because I'm telling you, young men, walking around here with your pants down ain't doing nothing but shooting your own self in the foot. You think somebody wants you part of their organization that runs a big business, multi-billionaire business? Only somebody that's really going to want you part of their business is the music industry. And you got to remember that Lucifer was the minister of music for God. God never created a devil. Lucifer got beside himself, thought he was bigger than God, and he throwed him from up out of heaven. Now you got to ask yourself, where did he go after he chunked him out of heaven? Think about that. Where did he go? Right down here on earth. So when you look at the music with the hidden messages, see, you don't know what to look for. All you want to do is snap your finger, pop, and move your head, and you women won't shake your butt to the music. But there's subliminal messages in there that's got you doing all this old crazy stuff. And that's what Lucifer doing. Lucifer is watering that music down with some subliminal messages, destroying your mind psychologically, and you don't even know it. Even when you watch TV, you know, you watch some of the videos that they be showing. It's kind of weird. That one with Chris Brown in it, with all the monsters in it, woman bite him on. That's kind of weird to me. That's some devilish stuff, if you ask me. That's how they moving. You know, you got to peep that. You know, hey man, this stuff is serious, man. But what you know what to look for if you're not educated enough. You got to be educated enough. You got to be connected with that spirit to be able to see this type of stuff. You know, it bothers me just to see that folk running around here harboring all this bad stuff toward one another. You don't know when the next day you're going to see the other person. You don't know. You around there harboring all this stuff. If that person died tomorrow, why is you mad at him? Now you got to live with the fact that you never got the chance to tell that person that you love them. You never got the chance to tell your mother why you around here disrespecting your mother. Feel like your mother owe you something, holding the hostage because what she did, maybe because she was on drugs at that particular time. You can't go around holding your mother hostage, feel like she owe you something. You got to remember that when you on when a person on drugs, that's like a sickness. You know what I'm saying? So you got to come out of that. The best thing that we can do is try to forgive and just move on with our life and try to understand some of the things that go on. And the only way we can do that is get connected with that spirit. I'm telling you, once you get connected with that spirit, that's a whole new ball game. You'd be surprised where that spirit gonna take you. And I encourage you to look for something positive, because when you're doing things positive, that's a whole lot of energy that you can contract. And I'm telling you, it's beautiful. Energy that you just can't never stop doing something. All these beautiful ideas coming to your head. They just start blooming like flowers in your head. You know, don't work for the devil. It's not healthy working for the devil. Work for the Lord. You know, I'm 49 years old this year. And you know what? God carried me through a prison system, you know, of 19 years, half of my life. But he let me live to 49 and many more years to come. You know, so I'm able to look back and see and bring my past to you and share it with you where you can benefit from it, where you don't have to go through it. So young folk, please, just listen to me. And folk, period, following the Spirit of God is the most beautiful thing that you can do in this life. Because when the Spirit start leading, it's going to lead you to a blessing at the end of the tunnel. No matter what you go through, you got to remember that it's got to be a blessing on the way. And this is for real. This is real talk. I encourage you, visit Verse of the Day. Share your experience. Share your knowledge. Ask for some help. There's always somebody out here that want to help, want to show you and point you in the right direction. Brother, sister, Kenny Boy will never turn his back on you, especially when he got the Lord in his heart. So please, understand, this is all about uplifting, encouraging our young folk. Get you a decent education. Read. Understand what it is to read, where you can develop your mind. Thank you for taking the time out to listen to the message. Kenny Boy.